Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and welcome again to my backyard. Look at this. Isn't this lovely? It's nice and foggy this morning. It's less than 70 degrees, and it feels wonderful. We get so many hot days here that are, really so humid that I think stuff like this is awesome. So, I know you can't see much, but who knows? Maybe it'll clear up while I'm talking here. So I got a question here from Ironadio, and he wants to talk about Nexon, game addiction, and money. So here's what he says. He says he's been playing this first-person shooter called Combat Arms for 3 years. The game is fine and he enjoys it. The problem is the game company, Nexon, who makes Combat Arms, is supposedly to be a free-to-play game. But that didn't really apply to me. In the game, you can buy Nexon cash for real-life money and get better or better guns and armor. Nexon is really trying to sell as much NX, which is what they call the credits in the game, as much NX as possible, and he fell for it. That's what he says. He says he's spent over $1,500 on this so-called free-to-play game, and he still has his addiction to buying NX. This is taking a lot of my real-life money, but I don't want to stop buying the NX. Please help me, I don't know what to do. Well, Ironadio. Let me first say that free-to-play does not mean there is no cash whatsoever used. And the game companies have to make money somehow. You know, back in maybe it was about 5 years ago, there was a game that came out that, golly, I don't remember the name of it. EA backed it. One of the guys I know in the industry, he did all the servers and everything, and when the game went bust, so did he, because he had laid out all this money in servers and everything. And this was back before we had all the virtualization of servers, and so you had to buy all of these machines. And golly, I just can't remember the name of the game. I actually played it, but what happened is that this was a free-to-play game concept. You could buy the game and you could not see any ads in the game, or if you played for free, then you would see advertisements in the game. And they had some interesting ads in the game that it made the news just a little bit because they were trying to support themselves completely off of advertising. And that's pretty crazy, actually. And that's what they found out. But the fact is that they tried to make that a real 100% no-cost game, except not cost in cash. You still had to pay in not in time, but in the fact that you're being advertised to, and that's how they made their money, is by eyeballs seeing the ads. And it's the same thing as when you watch my videos. You know, sometimes it'll be a commercial that'll run at the beginning, or it'll run at the end, or on some of the really long ones, there'll be some that run in the middle. And when you watch those, that's how YouTube earns money, and that's how I get paid. It's just by watching them. And so that, so like my videos are free to you, no cash out of the pocket, but there's still a price. And so I don't know how to get around that. Now, so I think that you have a little bit first here, a little bit of a misconception about what is exactly free-to-play means. And maybe it should mean that you can play without buying the client. And so, now, there's also some other types out there too, which maybe they actually call it a freemium game. And you know, and there's a bunch of different types. But anyway, okay, let's talk about your addiction. So I actually see this message quite often from people saying that they're spending far too much money in a game. And I'll admit that even in some of the games that I'm playing, like in World of Tanks, and I've been playing War Z lately. War Z I haven't had this, but in World of Tanks I've probably spent a little bit more than maybe I should have. And you know, it's because I really enjoy the game, and it's easy to just buy more credits for it, more gold for it, and so you know, I just do it. Now, maybe you're like me. I'm not so great with money. You know, I work hard at making it, and I find creative ways to make money. That's part of being an entrepreneur. But I know I'm not a very good manager of money, and so I know that that's an issue for me, and that is, you know, I address that in different ways because I know that you know, for me in a business at least, it takes teamwork. I can't just do it all by myself. And so I do know that in the bigger cities there is like therapy for internet addiction, and that doesn't mean just like porn or whatnot. That's a term for people who are addicted. Sometimes there's technology addiction stuff and everything. And you know, myself, I don't see any problem with being so excited about technology and everything. But if you are spending so much money that it's harming other stuff in real life, then it's an issue. And that could be, you know, it could be anything that you're addicted to that you're doing too much of. It could even be, you know, a hobby of, I don't know, something that doesn't cost any money, like you know, playing sports like disc golf or something like that. I mean, maybe that costs a few bucks, but you know, you could be such an avid player and everything that you're out there all the time at the expense of your family and stuff. So my advice to you, if you think you really have a problem, is to stop playing cold turkey. I know you enjoy the game and everything, but that is my advice, because you know, otherwise, how do you temper that? And you know, it's like an alcoholic who says, "I'm just going to have one drink with dinner every night," and the entire day, that alcoholic is like, "I can't wait for dinner." It's because they're going to get their drink, and the rest of the time they're still a drunk. They're just dry because, you know, they've got the willpower to you know, last until dinner time every day to have that one drink. And then, you know, it doesn't necessarily work that way, though, to where they can stop themselves. Let's say when family comes over and everybody's sitting at the dinner table a lot longer and having a few more drinks and everything, next thing they know, they're like, "Tonight I can have a second drink," you know. And then well, you know, that went okay, so you know, now tomorrow I can probably have 2 drinks too, because today it went okay. So that's just all I'm getting at here. You know, maybe find a different game that doesn't cost money. Like, I mean, all the games now, I can't even think of one. I was going to suggest like Guild Wars 2, because you buy it once and then you've got, you can play it. Well, you can play it without spending any money, but they do have a cash shop. So, same with War Z, same with World of Tanks. These are some of the games that I've just played lately, and so you could spend a lot of money on other things. So I don't have any better advice for you, except that if you really seriously think that that this is a serious problem for you, then you should cut cold turkey. And if you're having troubles doing that, then you should also, you know, seek some help from a professional. Yeah. So that's about as far as I can take it because I ain't no professional in that area. So, Ironadio, I hope that helps. So, now, if you're still watching this, the couple things on my mind. One is that if you are playing War Z, and as soon as they add friends in the game, friend Marky Dragon, and I will play with you. We'll do some play videos. Same for World of Tanks, Marky Dragon in the game, all one word, all lowercase. Send me a friend request, send me a platoon invite, and we'll play. You may end up in one of the videos if you do, though. And then if you're playing War Z and you have any extra guest passes, and you're willing to give them up so that I can give them out here to viewers, please message me in YouTube and send them to me, and I will credit you in the credits of some of the videos that I am working on, and so that people who don't have a chance to try it will get a chance. So, because I think it's a great game. So, anyway, that's it for this edition of the Marky Dragon Show in the fog. I love it. You know, it really hasn't cleared up at all out here, and the sun hasn't popped out yet. And you know, it's the sun is up. It's just that the fog is so thick. And here's one of the great things, is that if I were to look on the radar here on my phone of where the fog is, typically I see that it's just around my lakes here. And it's kind of nice because my lakes create their own fog. It's cool. So that's not how it is all the time, but sometimes you look at it and it's just localized right here. So anyway, till next time, do subscribe if you found this interesting. And I'm Marky Dragon. Take care.